What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Who's ready for a test drive in the 2024 Nissan Frontier SV with the Hardbody Special Edition? So this is a really cool truck, especially since I used to have a Frontier. So this is a really cool kind of heritage edition to the Frontier. You can see the really cool special wheels, the graphics, the whole package on this car is kind of just geared towards retro styling of the old Nissan hardbodies of the 90s. Now I'll take a quick overview and see what this kind of is all about, and then we'll get on our test drive. So we have nice dampening tailgate, bed liner spray in. We've got all the accessories for the bed. You do have a power outlet there and your sports bar. Nice beefy grab-ons here. In the rear, pretty good amount of space in the rear there, as you can see. The seats fold up for extra storage, and you do have a center armrest with some power outlets and things back there. Well, let's get up here to the kind of main event here. Bunch of buttons and switches on the left of the dash here, and let's take it for a test drive. So we're not working with a whole lot of gas today, but it should be plenty of gas to get us through our test drive. Now, a little bit about our test drive here. We're kind of going to get it onto a main road so we could see it at higher speeds for a little bit, and then we'll also get it onto a back road. We'll get an acceleration test, and we'll also see how it handles some bumps and things like that. So we'll definitely get a good feel on how the Frontier drives. Now, me owning one of these, mine was a 2022 Pro 4X. I think I have a pretty good idea on how it drives, since I put let's see, good 20,000 at least miles on that truck. But let's see how this one drives here. And off we go. One thing I don't miss about my Frontier is, it's really true with all smaller trucks or even larger trucks, is the turning radius. It has a terrible turning radius, but again, that's the same with all trucks. Initial thoughts, for me personally, the V6 under the hood with 310 horsepower has always been plenty. It's always got plenty of passing power. It's actually pretty quiet too, and yeah, it's got plenty of power to get up to speed. It's pretty quiet in here too, so we have some pretty decent sound insulation. This one with the heritage wheels also comes with all-terrain tires, so a little bit of noise from the tires, but you know, if you get a normal SV trim level with you know, just regular all-season tires on it, you'll have no issues there. So a little bit of road noise, a little bit of wind noise, but really just what you'd expect from a truck. Now at this intersection here, this will start our back road here. So the first thing we'll do is we'll get an acceleration test. I'm not going to switch it into four-wheel drive or anything, so what I think we'll do is we'll get a rolling start, because I have a feeling we're just going to spin if we do it from a stop. So what we'll do is we'll start off around 20 miles an hour and kind of just punch the throttle, see how the transmission reacts, and see how fast we get up to speed. So there we are, 20 miles an hour, and let's punch it. Yeah, so this Frontier does have plenty of power. It's 310 horsepower out of the 3.8 liter V6. It is, of course, a naturally aspirated engine. It doesn't get the best fuel economy, but it's to be expected. But really is great for a truck engine. A lot of the smaller trucks are switching to turbocharged 4 cylinders. And this is really one of the only ones left, I believe maybe even the only one left with a V6. Tacoma's switched to a 4-cylinder, the Colorado's switched to a 4-cylinder. So it's the Ranger is a turbocharged 4-cylinder. So the V6 still remains in the Frontier. Now, the Pro 4X that I had a different suspension setup. It had, I believe, Bilstein shocks on it. So this one has the more kind of road-going suspension. And I have to say, for a truck, this rides really, really nice. That's one of the things that kind of pulled me towards a Frontier when I was looking for a small truck. It really does ride very nicely. You still get that solid sensation of a body-on-frame truck, but the suspension is very, very compliant and comfortable, especially on this road where it's pretty rough. So we do have some cornering, a nice S-turn coming up here, and usually in a vehicle that's, you know, a sedan or something like that, we test out how it corners, but in a truck, you know, they all kind of corner the same, so I guess we'll see how top-heavy it really feels here. And it looks like we've got some road work going on, so... Okay, so now that we're through that road work there, a little road work action always happens on these one takes. So let's get back to driving. Now, the one thing you do notice when you get in these trucks is this still has hydraulic steering, whereas 99.5% of vehicles nowadays have the electric power steering. This still has hydraulic power steering. So once you get it on the road, it feels pretty normal. You know, the steering is nice and light. But if you're moving it around in a parking lot, the steering is actually very heavy. Feels like an older vehicle with the steering setup. And I kind of like it, I'm not going to lie. It kind of pays tribute to this kind of heritage edition too. So it works in this truck. And this particular hard body edition, you know, they come in the SV trim level. It's pretty loaded up. It's got a couple of packages and options on it too, so pretty nicely equipped. Take a right here now. Take a glance at our window sticker cost, which is just about $45,000 the MSRP on this truck, so not too bad. Now this truck also has the 9-speed transmission, which on mine, which was the first model here, seemed a little bit sluggish. But just driving this around a little bit, it seems like they've definitely improved that a little bit. I don't know if it's just certain instances, but overall it seems like a pretty responsive transmission, and it seems like they have improved it over the last couple of years. Yeah, so to sum up the 2024 Frontier SV Hardbody, I think this is a really great truck. You know, having personally owned one of these was a pretty good experience. I loved having a truck. It was kind of the only truck I've really ever owned, and I kind of miss it. Just having the ability to kind of go wherever you want, flipping the switch to 4-wheel drive, getting through all the snow you need to. But this is an exceptionally nice truck. It's got kind of traditional bones with the newer kind of technology in it too, which is a great mix. And this being the hard body is a really, really cool one. So yeah, it's quiet. It's got plenty of power. The transmission seems to be doing you know, a lot better than the previous couple of years. And I really do like this truck. So with that, I hope you have enjoyed the Frontier just as much as I have, and I also hope you stick with us here at Ty Drives for more videos just like this one.